Hello and welcome to Responsible Research and Innovation Basics. We are ORBIT, a leading organisation dedicated to promoting responsible research and innovation. Our mission is to help researchers, businesses and policymakers integrate ethical, sustainable and socially responsible practices into their work. So why should you care about RRI? In today's fast-moving world, innovation isn't just about creating new technologies or groundbreaking research. It's about making sure these advancements align with societal needs, ethical principles, and long-term sustainability. Whether you're a researcher, business professional, policymaker, or just someone interested in the future of innovation, this short video is designed to help you understand the fundamentals of RRI. Because this is an introductory video, no prior knowledge is required. We'll start with the basics. What RRI is, why it matters, and how it applies to real-world scenarios. Every day, new discoveries and innovations are shaping our world, from advancements in artificial intelligence and medicine to breakthroughs in environmental sustainability. But with rapid progress comes an important question. How do we ensure that these advancements are ethical, inclusive, and aligned with societal values? This is where Responsible Research and Innovation, or RRI, comes in. RRI is not a new concept. It has evolved in response to both the successes and unintended consequences of past innovations. Consider historical breakthroughs like the development of nuclear energy or social media. These innovations brought significant benefits, but also raised ethical concerns that society is still grappling with today. RRI helps anticipate these challenges before they become major problems. Without RRI, advancements can unintentionally widen inequalities, cause environmental damage, or create unforeseen ethical concerns. But by integrating RRI, we can ensure that innovation is thoughtful, inclusive, and aligned with public values. Let's take a closer look at how this works in practice. At the core of RRI are 5 key principles: public engagement, ethics, gender equality, open access, and science education. These pillars help guide research and innovation so that they are not only scientifically rigorous, but also socially responsible. RRI promotes open dialogue between innovators, policymakers, and society. Engaging with diverse perspectives helps identify risks, improve transparency, and build trust in new technologies. This approach ensures that research serves the broader public good. RRI isn't about restricting innovation. It's about making progress the right way. It encourages researchers and businesses to think ahead, anticipate societal needs, and design solutions that are ethical, sustainable, and beneficial for everyone. By understanding and implementing RRI, you become part of a movement towards responsible, forward-thinking innovation. Where did RRI come from? Why was it developed? And what happens when innovation moves forward without responsibility? Let's explore the history and impact of RRI. The roots of RRI can be traced back to growing concerns over the unintended consequences of scientific and technological advancements. While innovation has led to incredible progress, history has shown us that breakthroughs can sometimes have negative societal impacts when ethical considerations are overlooked. The need for RRI became more apparent in examples such as when public trust in science was shaken by controversies such as climate change denial, data privacy concerns, and biotechnology ethics. Researchers and policymakers recognize that innovation should not only drive progress, but also be responsible, transparent, and inclusive. One major example that highlighted the importance of RRI is the case of thalidomide. Developed in the 1950s as a treatment for morning sickness, the drug was later found to cause severe burst effects. The lack of rigorous ethical testing and stakeholder engagement resulted in devastating consequences for thousands of families. This case became a turning point, emphasizing the need for ethical review processes and public accountability in scientific research. This was a wake-up call for the research community. Science must be proactive, not reactive, when considering the societal impacts of innovation. History has repeated itself in recent years. Take the rise of artificial intelligence, or AI. While AI has revolutionized industries, the lack of responsible foresight in some cases has led to biased decision-making, data privacy violations, and even ethical concerns in military applications. For example, some early AI-powered hiring tools were found to be biased against women and minority groups because the training data reflected past human biases. Cases like these reinforce the importance of anticipating risks, engaging stakeholders, and ensuring ethical oversight, core principles of RRI. Recognizing these challenges, the European Commission formally introduced the concept of responsible research and innovation as part of the Horizon 2020 framework. This was a groundbreaking moment, placing RRI at the heart of research and innovation policy. The goal? To ensure that science serves society in an ethical, inclusive, and sustainable way. Since then, RRI has gained global recognition, influencing how governments, industries, and academic institutions approach scientific responsibility. RRI is more than just a framework, it's a mindset. It challenges researchers, innovators, and policymakers to think beyond immediate benefits and consider the broader implications of their work. As we move forward, embracing RRI will be crucial in ensuring that innovation continues to serve humanity in a positive, ethical, and sustainable way. Research plays a crucial role in shaping the future, but how do we ensure that it is conducted responsibly and ethically? Understanding the relationship between research integrity, or RI, research ethics, RE, and responsible research and innovation, RRI, is essential for creating trustworthy and impactful research. Each of these concepts focuses on a different aspect of responsible research. Let's break them down. Research integrity refers to the behaviors and practices that uphold the validity and reliability of research. It ensures that researchers maintain truth, transparency, and trust in their work and in the scientific community. Issues such as plagiarism, data falsification, and conflicts of interest violate research integrity and can undermine scientific progress. When researchers follow best practices, such as proper citations, transparent reporting, and collaboration, they uphold research integrity and contribute to a more reliable and credible scientific system. Research ethics focuses on the ethical considerations of research involving humans and animals. This includes issues like informed consent, privacy, minimizing harm, and fairness. Ethical research ensures that participants are treated with dignity and that studies do not cause unnecessary harm. By following ethical guidelines, researchers help protect individuals, maintain trust, and ensure that studies meet both legal and moral standards. Responsible research and innovation expands beyond the lab to consider how research impacts society and the environment. It encourages researchers and innovators to think critically about the benefits and risks of their work. RRI involves engaging stakeholders, ensuring inclusivity, and promoting sustainable development. Through RRI, researchers and innovators engage with the public, collaborate with policymakers, and consider how their work affects people and the planet. While these three concepts have distinct focuses, they are deeply interconnected. Research needs integrity to be trustworthy, ethics to be responsible, and RRI to ensure real-world impact. Together, they create a research culture that is transparent, ethical, and aligned with societal needs. By understanding and applying these principles, researchers can contribute to a system of science that is ethical, responsible, and trusted by society. There are many misconceptions about responsible research and innovation, or RRI. Some see it as a necessary bureaucracy, others worry it slows down innovation, and some believe that businesses gain nothing from it. We'll address some of the most common myths about RRI and separate fact from fiction. Some people assume RRI is just another layer of bureaucracy that complicates the research process with endless rules and forms. But in reality, RRI is about embedding responsibility into research and innovation early on, making the process more efficient and impactful in the long run. Rather than adding unnecessary paperwork, RRI helps researchers anticipate potential challenges, reducing delays caused by ethical concerns, public opposition, or regulatory hurdles later on. It's about working smarter, not harder. A common myth is that RRI slows down research and innovation by requiring extra steps and engagement. While RRI does encourage early reflection and stakeholder involvement, this actually helps projects move faster and more smoothly in the long run. For example, research projects that fail to consider ethical or societal implications early on often face delays when issues arise unexpectedly. By applying RRI from the beginning, risks are addressed proactively, helping research progress more efficiently. Many businesses assume that RRI is only relevant to academia or policy, with little benefit to industry. But companies that embrace responsible innovation often gain a competitive advantage. Businesses that align with RRI principles, such as sustainability, transparency, and ethical AI development, build greater trust with consumers, investors, and regulators. In fact, companies that prioritize responsible innovation often see higher brand loyalty and reduced reputational risks. For example, companies in the tech sector are now under growing scrutiny for AI bias, data privacy concerns, and environmental impact. Those that integrate RRI into their innovation processes demonstrate leadership, reduce legal risks, and enhance their public reputation. Far from being bureaucratic red tape or a barrier to innovation, RRI is a practical approach that helps researchers and businesses anticipate challenges, engage stakeholders, and ensure their work has lasting positive impact. By embracing RRI, you're not slowing down progress, you're making sure that progress works for everyone. Responsible research and innovation is not just for academia or policymakers. Many businesses and research institutions are integrating RRI principles to enhance public trust, secure funding, and reduce risks. In this video, we'll explore how both businesses and academic institutions benefit from RRI. Both businesses and academic institutions operate in an increasingly transparent world, where ethical concerns, funding requirements, and public expectations shape success. Companies that fail to consider ethical, social, and environmental impacts often face backlash, legal challenges, or loss of trust. In academia, failing to integrate RRI principles can lead to missed funding opportunities, public distrust, and research being blocked or retracted. One of the biggest challenges in artificial intelligence has been algorithmic bias. Early AI-driven hiring tools, such as those used by major tech companies, were found to favor male candidates over female applications because the AI had been trained on historically biased hiring data. To address this, businesses began integrating RRI principles by ensuring that datasets are diverse, AI models are transparent, and ethical oversight is built into the development process. By embedding RRI, these companies not only improve fairness in hiring, but also reduce the risk of legal and reputational damage. Another area where RRI is making an impact is sustainable product design. Companies in the fashion, packaging, and electronics industries are using RRI to reduce environmental harm and increase circular economy practices. For example, some leading clothing brands now engage stakeholders, from suppliers to customers, to develop materials that are eco-friendly and ethically sourced. By applying RRI, businesses build stronger customer trust and meet growing demands for sustainability. For researchers, RRI is increasingly becoming a requirement for securing grants and funding. Many research councils and institutions now expect proposals to include RRI considerations, ensuring that projects have ethical oversight, public engagement, and societal impact. Without RRI, research projects may struggle to receive funding approvals, and institutions that fail to meet ethical standards risk public distrust, retractions, or regulatory scrutiny. Organizations that ignore RRI may face public scandals, funding rejections, or legal risks. In contrast, those that embrace responsible innovation benefit from stronger brand and institutional reputation, increased public and investor trust, reduced regulatory and ethical risks, more opportunities for funding and collaboration. For both businesses and academia, aligning with RRI principles isn't just about ethics, it's about securing long-term success. RRI is a practical framework that ensures both businesses and research institutions drive innovation responsibly and effectively. Whether it's about reducing risks, securing funding, or building public trust, RRI makes a tangible difference. Innovation has the power to transform lives, drive economic growth, and create solutions to global challenges. But does everyone benefit equally? While some communities thrive with new technologies, others may struggle due to disparities in infrastructure, resources, and accessibility. Take AI-driven healthcare, for example. It improves diagnostics and treatment, but what about rural and low-income areas? Access may be limited by cost, infrastructure, or training. Now, consider an innovation in your field. Who benefits the most? Are there groups that might be left behind? Take a moment to reflect. Innovation brings immense opportunities, but with every breakthrough, there are risks that must be carefully managed. New technologies can improve lives, yet they also introduce unintended consequences, ethical concerns, and regulatory challenges. Privacy breaches are a growing concern. Who controls our data? How is it being used? These are questions that researchers and innovators must address. Take autonomous vehicles, reducing human error on the roads, yet raising questions about responsibility in case of accidents and the impact on employment. Reflect on an innovation in your own field. What risks could it introduce? How might those risks be mitigated to ensure responsible innovation? Innovation doesn't happen in isolation. Researchers, businesses, governments, and society all play a role in shaping the future of technology and scientific advancements. But who ultimately decides how innovation is used? Decisions about innovation don't rest with one group alone. Researchers develop new ideas, businesses commercialize them, policymakers regulate them, and the public experiences their impact. Ethical responsibility extends beyond the developer. Stakeholders must consider the long-term impacts of innovation. A single breakthrough can create opportunities or unintended consequences, depending on how it is developed and used. For example, should social media companies be responsible for the spread of misinformation on their platforms? If so, how should they address this challenge without restricting free expression? Drones are a powerful example of technology with dual-use potential, offering benefits and posing ethical concerns at the same time. On the positive side, drones assist in disaster relief, improving emergency response times, inspecting infrastructure for safety, and revolutionizing precision farming. However, drones also raise ethical challenges: mass surveillance, data security, and their potential use in autonomous combat operations. This dual-use nature poses difficult questions. How do we regulate drone technology responsibly? How do we maximize benefits while minimizing risks? Take a moment to reflect. Can you identify technologies in your own field that have both benefits and risks? What steps can be taken to ensure responsible innovation? The 5 pillars of responsible research and innovation are a widely accepted framework designed to ensure that research and innovation align with societal needs and ethical considerations. The first pillar is public engagement. Meaningful research and innovation involve collaboration between researchers, businesses, policymakers, and the public to ensure that new developments address societal concerns. The second pillar is ethics. Ethical research upholds integrity, respects human rights, and ensures that potential harm is minimized. Researchers must consider the broader implications of their work. The third pillar is gender equality. Encouraging diverse perspectives in research ensures that solutions are inclusive and equitable. A diverse research environment leads to better innovation outcomes. The fourth pillar is open access. Research should be accessible to everyone, not just experts. Sharing knowledge freely promotes transparency, collaboration, and faster advancements in innovation. The fifth pillar is science education. Equipping future generations with the knowledge and skills to engage in responsible research ensures that ethical innovation continues. By applying these 5 pillars, we can ensure that research and innovation serve the greater good, balancing progress with responsibility. We introduced the 5 pillars of responsible research and innovation: public engagement, ethics, gender equality, open access, and science education. But what do these principles look like in real-world research and innovation? We'll explore each pillar through case studies and examples, showing how RRI is shaping the way we conduct responsible research. Public engagement ensures that research and innovation align with societal needs by involving communities, policymakers, and industry experts in the decision-making process. Let's look at an example of how public engagement transformed a major urban development project. In the Netherlands, the city of Amsterdam developed a sustainable smart city project to improve transportation, energy efficiency, and public services. Rather than designing the project in isolation, the city engaged with residents, businesses, and environmental groups. Public workshops and consultations ensured that the technology being introduced served the actual needs of the community. As a result, the project was more successful, sustainable, and widely accepted. Think about a research project you've worked on. How could early engagement with stakeholders have improved its impact? Ethics in research ensures that studies are conducted with integrity, fairness, and accountability. Without ethical oversight, innovation can create unintended harm. Let's examine a case where ethical challenges arose in AI-driven healthcare. A major tech company developed an AI system to assist with diagnosing diseases based on medical images. However, researchers discovered that the AI was significantly less accurate for certain demographic groups. The dataset used to train the AI was not diverse enough, leading to biased and unreliable results. Ethical concerns were raised about patient safety and fairness. This case highlights the need for ethical review processes and diverse, representative datasets in research. How do ethical considerations impact your research field? Have you encountered situations where ethical concerns needed to be addressed? Gender equality in research means ensuring that innovation benefits everyone, regardless of gender. A key area where gender bias has historically been an issue is medical research. For decades, many pharmaceutical companies tested new medications primarily on male participants, assuming results would be similar for women. This led to severe health risks, as women metabolize certain drugs differently. In response, regulations were introduced requiring gender-balanced clinical trials. Today, research institutions are working to correct historical imbalances by ensuring greater diversity in study participants. Are there biases in your research field that could impact inclusivity? What steps could be taken to address them? Open access ensures that research findings are freely available, fostering collaboration and accelerating innovation. A powerful example of open access in action is the global response to COVID-19. During the COVID-19 pandemic, researchers and institutions rapidly shared genomic data, vaccine research, and clinical trial results. This level of openness allowed scientists around the world to collaborate in real time, leading to the record speed development of vaccines. Without open access, this process would have been significantly slower, delaying life-saving treatments. How could open access benefit your work? Are there barriers to openly sharing research in your field? Science education ensures that researchers, policymakers, and the public have the knowledge needed to make informed decisions. One area where science education plays a crucial role is climate change communication. Despite overwhelming scientific evidence on climate change, misinformation and misunderstanding remain widespread. In response, climate scientists and educators have developed interactive resources, visual tools, and public lectures to communicate findings more effectively. This approach makes complex data accessible to non-experts, empowering individuals and policymakers to take action. Think about a time when you had to explain a scientific concept to someone outside your field. What strategies helped them understand it better? These case studies demonstrate that the 5 pillars of RRI are not just theoretical concepts. They shape real-world research and innovation. Offshore wind farms are a powerful example of how innovation can contribute to sustainability. But what happens when progress meets complex challenges? While offshore wind farms provide clean energy, create jobs, and help reduce carbon emissions, they also pose challenges. These include potential disruptions to marine ecosystems, conflict with national security interests, and regulatory hurdles. For example, the continued development of wind turbine sites has the potential to cause a number of negative effects on civil and military air traffic control and defence. The Doppler shift on ground radar returns mimics the signals of fast-moving aircraft, curtailing the RAF's ability to detect incoming, low-flying aircraft threats. Decisions on wind farm development require a responsible research and innovation approach, one that balances sustainability goals with security and environmental concerns. By engaging with multiple stakeholders, including governments, researchers, and local communities, RRI ensures that new technologies are developed responsibly, maximizing benefits while minimizing risks. As we conclude this video on responsible research and innovation, let's take a moment to recap what we've learned and how you can apply these insights in your work. We explored the 5 pillars of RRI, understanding their role in ensuring that research and innovation align with societal values and ethical principles. But RRI is not just a theoretical framework. It has real-world applications across industries. Whether you're in research, business, or policymaking, integrating RRI principles can lead to more ethical and sustainable innovation. You can apply RRI by engaging with stakeholders, ensuring transparency in your work, considering ethical implications, and making your findings accessible to a wider audience. Continue your journey into responsible research and innovation. ORBIT RRI offers a wealth of resources, tools, and training to help you apply RRI effectively in your work.